Hi.
Welcome
to Roses and Thorns.
Could you make that a little more awkward?
No, because I was trying to make it awkward.
Okay.
I was like, how... I'm going to try to make it sound like it's her turn to say a word, but
like not give me enough time to actually
but say a word before you actually get a chance to.
Yeah.
Did it work?
It did. It was exactly what happened.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're going to recap Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
And that's our refrigerator making weird noise in the background.
Yeah.
It should stop momentarily.
Oh, there it is. We are recapping the 10th episode.
10 and 11.
And the 11th.
I figured just go and try to put them together.
Uh-huh.
In the event that it ends up being a really long episode, we might splice this into two, but let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any news?
I have news that I think would be best placed when we talk about the couple.
Okay.
I don't know if I know you mentioned some news to me. I don't know if there's like something you want to say like at the top of the episode.
Can you remind me things I've said in the last episode? Because we just did one like a couple days ago. I don't remember what I've said on that one and what I've actually said to you.
I think you said that Grocery Store Joe no longer has a grocery store.
Uh-huh.
So he's just Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I did the just Joe thing, like Will and Grace.
Yes, you did do that.
Okay.
Did I talk about Lincoln?
Oh, yeah, like his like coworker or whatever.
I think I did.
Yeah, you did. That's what I remember at the moment.
That's all I know. I remember, I think it was just today, Jacqueline Trumbull, is that what her last name is?
I think
so. She did an AMA on Reddit, and I didn't really read, I read like the top like 5-ish comments, and she basically confirmed that you do have to give up your ex's phone numbers to be a contestant on the show.
Which is how Ross ended up showing up on Becca's season.
Yeah, and like any other exes too.
Sure.
Also, I think it's just easier to get like past contestants when they're their exes to come back onto their season, like what happened to Nick.
Well, they would have already had her phone number.
I know, exactly, but it's easier when it's like that. But
sure.
You know, they need their numbers to their exes.
Yeah.
To stir up
drama. Yeah.
And she's also dating Australian.
Nope.
New Zealand.
Yep.
Jordan. Yeah.
I was listening to another podcast. Two Black Girls, One Rose, and they were saying how basically they were both like dumbfounded that New Zealand Jordan was in paradise, because like why would anybody want to date him because he lives in New Zealand? And they were saying like it's not like they're gonna move to New Zealand and he shouldn't want to move here. And I was like, if I was in love, I would move to New Zealand.
I know. Why not?
I might move to New Zealand without being in love. Like, what's wrong with New Zealand? It sounds awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if they have single payer insurance, but that would be a definite perk.
Sure, if they have like the universal health care, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, that would be a definite perk. But also, it's like I've seen pictures and it's beautiful, and their accents are super fun. So like, I mean, I guess I don't know about like the rest of my life.
But, and if anything, just to visit should be like, I don't know. Yeah.
Like I would go there for like 6 months and see if it works out or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? Well, that sounds okay. So I wouldn't just write him off because he's from New Zealand. That seems stupid.
And I feel like Australian accents are not as sexy or attractive as British ones.
But what about New Zealand accents?
It's the same thing.
Okay. I disagree.
I don't think they're the same as Australian accents, but
I think British accents have a more posh sound to them. So like if somebody's going to tell me something that otherwise would sound stupid, but it comes from a British accent, I'm more likely to believe it. You know, that kind of thing. They just sound more intelligent than every other accent. However, that doesn't mean that an Australian or New Zealand accent is still not sexy. You know?
I guess.
It's like, did you just wrestle a kangaroo? That's kind of cool.
What?
I don't know.
What?
I was just thinking about like
what Australian people would be doing?
what they do in their free time. I'm just kidding. I don't know anything about Australia. Clearly. I know that most of the land is arid.
Yes.
And you can't farm on it.
Oh.
So for a while, they would just pay people to move there. And now they don't do that anymore because they're overpopulated.
Are they really? Mm-hmm. Okay. I know.
I could also be making that up. I tend to say
Oh.
things that I believe very confidently.
I do that too.
And because like I am usually right, people believe me.
And typically we know different things.
Yes.
So
that's true.
we are inclined to believe each other about
Yes.
things. Unless like, and when we don't, we Google. Because we don't trust each
But
other.
we're not going to Google it right now, although we have like one Australian listener.
Hey, hi Australia.
We're going to leave it up to you. If we are wrong, tweet us.
Yeah. Roses
DM
and
us.
thorns. Pod.
Roses in Thorns pod.
Do it. Okay. Do you have anything?
What were we even talking about?
Australia.
How do we get there?
New Zealand.
Oh, New Zealand,
guy.
Jordan. Great. Yeah. No, I'm done.
Okay.
Bye. Okay, so
Shortest
no.
episode ever. Done? We're done? I
Everyone's
didn't
like,
finish my drink.
finally, they did it. They shortened the show. Okay, sorry, I'm being loud. I can see that
No,
that's
you're fine.
happening.
You're fine.
You say I'm fine,
You're
but
fine.
you're not the
Don't
one
worry
looking
about
at the numbers.
Don't worry about it's not numbers.
But I can listen to myself back on the episodes, and I'm like booming. But like I feel like I'm either echoey, or I'm too loud, or I'm somehow echoey and too loud.
Well, that's what I love about you the most. You're booming. Booming all the time.
Oh, baby, you're so funny. All right, so we're going to talk about what we're going to call episode 10 and episode 11, which would be the week 6 episodes.
Yes.
So episode 10 starts out with like the couples being all cutesy because like everyone's partnered up. Like this is how every episode has started for the last 4 weeks.
Totally, like foresight, was it? Just like setting the scene for badness to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because everyone
yeah.
looks happy. It's kind of like that. Those like at the beginning of horror movies when everything is nice.
It's exactly like that because everyone ends up murdered at the end of this show.
Well, some of them.
None of them.
So my coworker just told me that like he asked at the end of a horror movie, was there a happy ending? And I was like, what? Oh, I guess there are happy endings at the end of horror movies. Because when you think scary movie, bad things happen. People get murdered. People get cut or chopped or stabbed or shot. And like, it's not really happy. Well, I guess it is happy if the main character lives.
Is that happy? Or is that just not the worst thing ever?
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, sometimes it's a happy ending, but like, and for him to say, to just ask, was there a happy ending? When you think of the end of Scream, people died, but the killer was killed. Is that a happy ending?
No, it's not a happy ending. No, I don't think you know what happy means.
Well, I don't know.
Do you know happy?
I know happy. That's why I never thought happy endings happened at the end of scary movies.
They don't. They're not happy. They're just less terrible. That's
It could have been worse. That's what.
It's not happy.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, where did this all from?
So, John
the
finds
scary
a
movies.
date card. We weren't talking about scary movies, so I still don't know where this
I brought
came
it up.
from.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
So John finds a date card, and it's for Jordan, which basically means it's for Jordan and Jenna, because like he's gonna take Jenna.
Yeah.
Durr. And so they do a photo shoot, to do engagement photos, quote unquote.
When they're not even engaged.
They're not engaged. So that's stupid.
That's
They
so
could have just
awkward.
been like regular photos.
Yeah,
you
could have just
know?
been a photo shoot.
Like you get free photos, and like let's not make this weird because that made Jenna nervous.
Super nervous, and she kind of shuts down. It looked like she wanted to run away.
Oh, yeah. And I totally get that. That's how I was for a very long time. It's like, I'm uncomfortable. I just want to leave the situation right now.
Sure.
And like, we like go back to the beach for a second, and like Kevin and Astrid are talking about how Jenna's always nervous. And like they think that she's probably had some like really terrible exes.
Yeah.
That like makes her just like nervous that things will go badly. The things that maybe are going badly and she doesn't know it, or the things are going really well. So when are they going to start going badly?
Right. And I'll mention it later.
Okay. So yeah, they do this photo shoot, and then they find out that it's not just engagement photos. It's like pretend wedding photos, which just takes it to another level of weird.
Totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that with you.
I would prefer to put on a wedding dress because I'm trying on wedding dresses for my wedding.
Or if you're getting married.
I don't want to just like put on a wedding dress for fun. And I know for some women that's fun, that they're like, I just want to try on wedding dresses. But like for me, that would be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I get it.
And so Jenna tells Jordan that this is the first time she's put on a wedding dress. And he's like, oh, really? Like, I'm sorry, Jordan. How many times have you put on a wedding dress? Like, why is this not weird to you?
I mean, maybe he's like trying to
weird?
Like, what's it called? What's the thing?
Like downplay?
Analogize? I don't know.
I don't think that's a word. I can't promise.
I'm trying to compare it into men's terms. So like his would be a tux, possibly. People don't wear tuxes anymore.
Sure, but like if you were in a wedding, you might wear a tux.
Yeah,
if you're
exactly.
in a wedding, you're not going to wear a wedding dress.
What?
If you go to a gala, you might wear a tux. You're not going to wear a wedding dress.
I feel like you should be able to wear wedding dresses
like
to galas.
There is no equivalent to a wedding dress.
It sucks. Like a whole color is like blocked off from women to wear like a fancy dress too.
No, it's like the color plus the style. Like you can wear the color and you can wear the style, but if you put them together, you have a wedding dress.
So you can't have like so you can wear a black wedding dress to a gala.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
It's so weird.
Also, you can wear a white wedding dress to whatever the fuck you want. You just have to have the confidence to pull it off and not care that everyone's like, why is she in a wedding dress? Or, sorry, why is he in a wedding dress? Either one. Like, you just have to have the confidence to pull it off.
Uh-huh. Yeah, him.
I mean, I'm like, do you. Do you. If you want to dresses are comfortable. I highly recommend them to everyone. And I'm sorry our society doesn't allow you to wear them.
I mean,
because they are very comfortable.
A guy at my brother's wedding
he wore a kilt.
Yeah.
I talked to your cousin about it because he was like, look at the kilt. I was like, I have heard any man who's tried on a skirt is like, this shit's comfortable.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm sorry that you can't wear it.
I mean, I bet it is. I am almost 100% sure it's probably super comfortable.
Especially a nice high-waisted one where it's not like you don't have to worry about like pulling it up from your hips.
Sure. Nice
You
and
don't have to worry
secure.
about like there's like a butt crack you have to worry about. You don't have to like worry about the fitting of it. It's just like rests there. Gravity does the job. It just rests on your hips. I don't know how much hips you have for that to happen, but I think you probably have enough.
I don't think I have enough.
But then you can move your legs as wide open as you want. You can yoga the shit out of it.
Sounds nice.
You know? Unrestricted.
That sounds really nice.
That's why I wear dresses and skirts every day. It's just more comfortable.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Jordan like eases Jenna's nerves. She seems a lot more comfortable after their conversation.
And like from the words, I feel like the words that he says to her wouldn't really calm anybody down if you just took the words, because he's just saying things. He's saying things that in this situation when things are kind of weird, he says those things.
Which I think it like that's one of the things that makes them work. Jordan could say that to 98% of other women and they'd be like,
what the fuck are you
you're
talking
not helpful.
about? Yeah.
Just like shut up.
Yeah.
But like to Jenna, she's like, this is exactly what I needed to hear.
Or that she just needs someone to just calm her down and like just like want to be there with her to, I don't know, help her through this right now.
Yeah.
And like that's all she wants or needs.
Like she might be the one person that you're like, calm down. And she goes, okay. Like that was helpful.
And I feel like I think he said that to her a couple times. And he's like, okay.
Like, calm down. Fuck you.
I don't think anyone's had to tell me to calm down.
I mean,
maybe
you can imagine it's happened to me. It's not helpful.
Been drunk and in a hotel room, so it's like you have to calm down.
You do get excited when you're drunk.
Yeah.
You like I've said this before. You feed off other people's energy level. So if other people, like, there's a lot of other people.
If other people are yelling,
loud,
I'm yelling too.
Yeah, you're gonna start yelling, and you might not realize that you're louder than they are. Like I just was somehow just.
I mean, I think we both were.
Anyway, so anything else to say about like that date?
No.
So in walks Robbie.
Yes, with a date card.
Shu seems excited to see Robbie. So I don't know how she knows him. Because she didn't seem to know about his season before. Maybe he came in and she just thought he was attractive. Or maybe she was just like finally ready to man. Like, yeah, to open up this experience because she rejected New Zealand Jordan and Diggy.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly. So maybe she was just excited to like be open to this experience now. Cassandra seems notably less excited. She references his reputation.
Right.
So as a reminder, we saw Robbie last year on Bachelor in Paradise with Amanda, and I was all about them. I was rooting for them.
I think just like this season with Robbie in it, like he's coming in so late. It's just like they're just trying to smash Barbie dolls together right now. Like, let's see what we can do. Will this work out? Will this be anything? And they're just like trying very hard.
It's really unfair to send anyone in at this point.
Totally.
Like, they don't have a chance. Like, New Zealand Jordan, Diggy, and Robbie, like, the chances of them actually making a strong connection with somebody are little to none.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks. But I was rooting for Jordan last season. Robbie. Like, I really wanted him and Amanda to work. Because I was like, Ken and Barbie doll, they look perfect. He really seemed to be making an effort.
Yeah.
And I guess they did end up dating.
Yeah.
And he may or may not have cheated on her.
Yeah. From the photo, it is not super clear that they were making out or kissing or anything.
It is clear that the man in the photo was doing something with a woman that he should not be doing if it's not his girlfriend.
Yes, they were very close together.
But it's not clear to me that it's even Robbie. So we would just have to trust the photo taker.
Exactly.
Which I don't know that I do because I don't know who it was.
Unless like Amanda knows that that's his hat or that's his shirt or something like that.
Yeah.
We don't know.
That's his freckle, his very obvious freckle or something. You know, where that's like his face tattoo, which he doesn't have. Yeah. Anyway.
Who knows?
So he's like trying to talk to the women, but they're all paired off. And so like he talked to like everyone, basically. Yeah. Like there's not that many women there right now. And so he talks to all of them. Yeah. And then Jordan gets jealous when Robbie talks to Jenna. And it's like, calm down. She's not that special. He talked to everyone. Yeah. And they played this up in the previews. Like it was going to be like a thing. Like she was going to go on a date with him. Right. And she didn't.
They did kind of like walk together in the preview. So like it totally made sense that they could have gone on a date.
Yeah. But no, they're just walking together to go talk.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to point out that Jenna didn't really say no. She just said, I think it would be a really bad idea. Yeah, if we went on a date.
But she's a people pleaser. So she doesn't want to make him upset.
She can't just say no.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's really true. I think we've talked about that. But yeah, she is a people pleaser.
I want to point out that Jordan said Big Bad Woof.
He said it at least twice.
Big Bad Woof.
Woof. Like
like WOOF. 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 If you're unfamiliar, the word is pronounced wolf. Wolf. It's a weird word. I get it. It's not fun to say. You gotta pretend you got marbles in your mouth. Wolf. Wolf.
Wolf. Wolf. Let's say it somewhere.
Wolf.
Wolf. But Jordan talks to him.
Jordan talks to him. Please continue, my love.
And okay, he also said that like you just be wasting your time, wasting your date card to go on a date with Jenna because she's taken. And he's like, Robbie said that's okay. And I'm pretty sure he meant like, I'm okay wasting my card.
I wasn't sure what he meant. Because that's what I thought he meant. And then he didn't pursue Jenna.
Exactly. So maybe he said, like, oh, like
that's okay. I'm not interested.
This whole situation, that's okay.
Yeah. It was like, that's okay to this thing.
But
like,
from,
fuck this.
Like, from like that conversation, it seemed like that's okay if I'm wasting my card.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to pursue Jenna anyways.
But we might have also thought that because we thought that they were going to go on a date. So we might have already had that idea implanted in our head. So we were trying to get from what was happening in the situation to the idea that we already had. Mm. I don't know.
Whatever.
We'll never know.
Okay.
Literally never know because we've been brainwashed.
Mm-hmm. So Robbie talks to Shu because Shu is the only available person.
Yeah. And he's like kind of obvious about that to her. He's kind of like, IDK, you want to go on a date?
What did he say? He said,
I don't know. I didn't write down his words because I like forgot them. Because they were so, like, nonchalant. Because he was so charming to all the other people. And by the time he gets his shoe, he's like, I guess we're the only two people left. Like, he doesn't say those words, but that's the idea
essentially,
he conveyed.
It's like, I have to take you out on this date.
Yeah, and then she was excited. She's like, yes, okay, great.
I mean, every woman should be the way that they want to be. But I will say that I think Shoshana has, I don't know, she hasn't combed her hair really because her hair is so frizzy, and or maybe her hair is just frizzy. So
here's the thing about being on the beach.
Humid.
So you have like the salt water air that's like getting into your hair, which like if you have like thin hair is, depending on still your hair type, might make this like beautiful beach wave thing.
Okay.
But you also probably have a lot of humidity, which makes your hair frizzy. And then you have the wind, which tangles the fuck out of your hair. So unless you want to wear your hair up all of the time like Tia, you're going to have frizz and tangles, and it's going to end up kind of like a bird's nest.
Okay. Because her hair is pretty voluminous,
yes,
too.
I love big hair.
And then I think her hair is dyed as well.
Yeah. So it's like, going to be drier.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess it makes sense given all the other factors.
I liked it a lot better than in the like After Paradise special when her hair was straight. I liked her big hair better. But I've always had thin, fine hair. And so I'm just obsessed with like super voluminous, crazy hair. I love it. It wouldn't look good on me. I can't pull that off. But I thought she was rocking it. I liked it.
Okay. I disagree.
I'm very vocal fry today. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. Because now I've pointed that out. That's all people are going to hear.
You've ruined it. You've ruined this episode.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, they go on the date. What do they do on the date?
Robbie stares intensely at Shu.
Oh my god, his stares are nuts. It's serial killery.
He's insane.
Yeah. It's like unblinking too. It's crazy.
He's got just big eyes. No blinking. Just
intense
staring.
concentration.
But also it doesn't look like he's actually listening to you.
Yeah, he's like looking past you.
He looks like a fucking robot.
So many robots. Who? Oh, the guy dating Annalise Camille. He's a robot.
Yeah, he is a robot. Yeah. He talks like a robot. He's been programmed. Beep boop pop. I like Annalise. She is great. Thank you.
I think what we have is something really special. It's like a pause. There's a comma there. You're supposed to pause after a comma. It's like, yeah.
But they
program too long of a pause after commas.
I also understand that like intonations between languages are different. So Polish could have a different intonation pattern, and it's like difficult for him to pick up on the English intonation pattern.
Sure.
However, that being said, that being said, I have taught people who speak many different languages, including Polish. And what I see, people who usually have intonation problems are speakers of a tonal language like Chinese or Vietnamese, where they sound more robotic because they're like, oh, there's not these stress marks over the letters, or these tone marks over the letters, therefore everything is the same tone.
Oh.
And so they don't have like a normal like stress pattern in their speech. Whereas like Spanish, Italian, German, like these are languages that usually have a stress pattern in their speech. And it's often quite similar to English. It might be a little bit off.
So is it like...
It's like you notice like when Benoit talks, like sometimes the stress on words is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But it's usually, it doesn't sound robotic.
Well, it's not that like tonal languages don't have stress points in their sentences,
but they do it differently.
Yeah, wouldn't they do it at the same time instead of like now they just only have to do the stress marks or whatever?
So with the like syntax of a language like Cantonese, for example, if you add a stress, from what I understand, you're obviously a better speaker of it than I am. But what I've noticed, because when I'm trying to learn it, I'm like more analytical with it, and you add this is also true with Mandarin, where you add to the end of the sentence to add a stress to it. Like, sikfana, right? Where you're like, and it's terrible. I didn't do any tones on that, but like you're emphasizing that it's time to eat, right? Or you could like change a little bit and make that like a question, still using the at the end, but use the for emphasis. But you can't like change the tone of a word to add emphasis to it. You can say it louder, which I guess is kind of what we do with stress. We just say it louder, but it's what I've noticed in my students. So like people who learn English is that they often sound more robotic in these languages because they don't, if their native language is a tonal language. So Polish to me doesn't make sense. Linguistics with Kelly. Polish to me doesn't make sense to have a problem with that. So it could also just be him because he's a robot.
Yeah, robot. Full circle.
Or it could be Polish. I don't know. I've only had one Polish student. But also, Janusz is Polish. You've met Janusz.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have any problems with
his English is really good.
Yeah, but he's an English teacher, so he's very fluent, obviously.
Date.
Back to Bachelor in Paradise.
Date. Robbie talks about his past. Doesn't really talk about exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Exactly what, at least like the news, what is known of him.
Yeah, what we saw,
his reputation,
was very general, and it seems like Shu didn't really know what went down.
Yeah.
Because she didn't watch it, is what she says. Like, she didn't watch the seasons. So there was a place I was going to go on this path in my head, but that's fine.
Okay. Well, on this date, it seems like Shu is pretty smitten with him.
Yeah, she has opened up her heart.
Yeah, suddenly Jordan was out of her head and Camille was out of her head. Except
how did she ever get over that long relationship with Camille?
And then Olivia come like after.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, you want to stay on the date?
I want to stay on the date, please.
Okay, go.
So they talk about fresh starts, and I think that's important because they both are like, it doesn't matter what happened in our seasons, which is like really convenient for people who've had bad things happen on their season.
Yeah.
Like this is really convenient for like villains and things like that, like Chris and Crystal or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're like, we're gonna have a fresh start. We're gonna ignore previous reputations, and we're just gonna like progress.
Yeah.
And no, it's good. It's a good idea. It is, because it's like what you saw on TV might not be the real person, because we do know things are spliced together, for one. And two, rumors can very quickly get out of hand.
Exactly.
So I think it's fine to start fresh. But I do wonder if like Robbie's actually into her, or if she's just the only option and he's like, well, I'm in Mexico, I want to have fun.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows. He just like wants to play the game, and he maybe doesn't even know how far into the show it is. So he might not know that there's nobody else coming in after this. So he might just be playing the game to stay and get a rose, or like I don't know. Men have the roses. No, women have the roses.
Yeah.
And so like he might just be like staying to like play the game and get a rose so that he could like see who comes in next week, because he might not know.
Exactly. Who knows?
Who knows? Okay. Continue, please.
Okay, so they get back from the date, and Olivia comes and kind of, I wouldn't say spills the beans, but just informs her.
Gives her some tea? Is it gives? I don't know the verb for tea. Spill some tea?
Spill some tea?
It's
Drop some tea?
Make some tea? Some steep some tea?
Steeped her. Olivia steeped some tea for Shu.
Maybe the verb is tea. She teas.
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's gave. Give. You give them some tea. You gave them some tea.
Olivia felt that Shu needed some tea.
Yeah, and Olivia seems.
To be
I think we said this already, but she's kind of like that person that's like driving the drama a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, she's getting paid to do that.
Oh, I hope so.
And yeah, Robbie cheating on Amanda, whatever.
Yeah, so like
possibly.
Olivia and Cassandra, like tell her about.
Oh
this.
yes.
Yeah.
And they say once a cheater, always a cheater, which I don't think that's true.
I disagree with
but
that.
I think like after, if he definitely did, maybe a year might be a little bit too short for someone to really like, I don't know, figure themselves out, to like, I don't know, put that past them. And
I mean, I think every relationship is unique.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda is not Shoshana. So it is possible that Robbie cheated on Amanda and would not cheat on Shoshana because they have a different relationship.
Yeah.
But also, Robbie doesn't have a relationship with Shoshana. It doesn't matter. Like, they're gonna be nothing.
Yeah.
Like, without knowing what was going, like, we have seen the, like, After Paradise special. But, like, even without that, I could tell you at this point, Robbie and Shoshana are going to be nothing.
Yeah.
But I think your relationship with one person is different than their relationship with their exes.
Yeah.
And like, you don't know what happened. You don't know what situations were, especially if it was like, I don't know, something where like maybe Robbie and Amanda, like maybe Amanda like did put up walls and like wasn't available to Robbie or something like that. And he's like, I need comfort or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's different reasons.
Who knows?
Whatever. I'm not defending Robbie. Don't cheat on people. It's bad. Have conversations with your significant other to like prevent that or just break it off. But, I don't think that Robbie cheating on Amanda would mean that he would cheat on Shu. Mm-hmm. And the logic of Cassandra of once a cheater, always a cheater is flawed.
Yeah.
No. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, so Shu confronts Robbie. And she's like, have you cheated on anyone? And he's like, anyone?
He like suddenly became a lawyer.
Define anyone, please. But he says yes. But he didn't cheat on Amanda.
Yeah. He had to
she was satisfied
pause
with
for
that.
a second.
And honestly, we don't even know when that picture was taken. We don't know if that is Robbie. When was that picture taken?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening in that picture? But yes, he did have to pause when she's like, did you cheat on Amanda? And he's like, no.
Had to think about it.
Yeah, like, did you have to like play back in your head a timeline or something?
Yeah, the entire relationship.
Is it blurry?
Entire 1 month relationship. You had to play that back. Anyways.
Yeah.
She say something about like, you know, new beginnings, leaving the past behind you, something like that.
She just seemed satisfied with his answer. I don't know exactly what she said, but yeah. So that happened at like the rose ceremony cocktail time. So prior to that, we have one minor event and one significant event. The minor event is Kiwi, Jordan, and Cassandra. And they have this like awkward conversation.
Yeah.
Where she's like basically asking him to make a move.
Yeah.
And she said, do you usually make the first move or do you wait for the girl to make a move?
And he was like, are you asking me to make a move right now?
And then he has to like get up, sit up straight, you know. It takes like 5 seconds for this to happen. Yeah. And then he kisses her. Mm-hmm. And
she's like, oh my God, he made a move. It's like, it's weird.
Yeah. So, ladies, if you want to make a move,
just make a move.
Make a move. Am I wrong? Like, is that okay for women to do that?
Yes, absolutely. I think maybe like for some men, maybe you just have to make it very, very easy for us.
Okay.
Like me with no game, it took us forever for me to actually make a move on you. It was super slow play.
We were roommates. We lived together for how fucking long before you made a move.
And then, but eventually, you were there to like.
I was there.
You were there.
I was present.
So like, at least you were there for me to like turtle my way to you.
I mean, I think like it depends on like what kind of a man the woman wants and what kind of a woman the man wants. Mm-hmm. But like for me, if a man is emasculated by me making a move, fuck him. Like if you like can't handle that, then we're gonna have a lot of problems in the future.
If going back to us, if you just like, I don't know, made it easier, like showing more affection.
I did not make it easy for you.
That's that's okay. It's how it is. But it's just, it could have been easier.
Yeah, I understand. But ladies, it is okay. 2018. You can give your phone numbers to men without them asking for it. You can also get their phone numbers. That's my favorite move. Ask for their phone number, then you have the control over the situation. You can make the first move. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Put on your big girl pants and do it.
Yeah. You see something? Get it.
Say something.
Get it.
No, not that one.
Not that one. Not that one. That's for bombs.
No, see something, say something. Okay.
Crime? What's that for? Is that for bombs?
So I think it was the first time I ever heard it was with airports, but we use it in the school now.
Okay.
See something, say something in the school. So if you see someone like acting suspicious or somebody you think that like maybe they could have a weapon on them, or you see behavior that you think could lead to something bad, say something.
Okay.
Yeah. See something, say something. And when Ashley was here, she said it's being used even little kids' schools as well. So like Maddox is in kindergarten and it's being used there. But okay, honestly, it shouldn't have taken us this many years to get to see something, say something.
Yeah. Like,
why were we ignoring terrible situations before? Like, you see someone who is obviously distressed and you're not going to talk about it. Like, you should bring that to the attention of someone. Like, you see a student who is, especially as a teacher, you see a student who is struggling, not just with their coursework, but socially. Maybe you should mention that to someone.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. It shouldn't take us this long to get to see something, say something.
Probably not.
You see a bomb, say something.
Yeah. That's how it started.
Okay, so then the significant event was Joe and Kendall.
Yes. Was that before the rose ceremony?
It was before the rose ceremony. And this is important because there was an entire day between this conversation
and then the
rose ceremony.
Oh, yes.
And they seem to have not communicated in that time.
At all.
Which is upsetting.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's talk about it.
So they sit down and talk, right? I think that's where they start off.
Yes.
And I think before they even start talking, Joe mentions in the talking head interview thing that she's afraid of commitment.
Yes, she's a commitment phobe.
Uh-huh. And so the big thing that he says is like, something maybe when we're engaged or something after this or something like that.
He mentions engagement somehow.
And then it was...
Oh, he says maybe we'll get... To Kendall, right?
Yeah.
He says maybe we'll get engaged. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what the rest of the sentence was, but the words he says are maybe we'll get engaged.
So they've already built out the context where she's a committophobe. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, that's too much. That's too fast. You should have slowed down a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like, you should have talked about what you guys are going to do after this instead.
Yeah. Because they said, like, I don't want to, like, not see you all the time after this.
Yeah, they were both on the same page about that.
Yeah.
But then, like, engagement is like, oof.
That's another level. Going from not seeing each other every day to, like, actually being engaged is a different level.
Totally.
Especially when you've been dating for 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, things just got way too real for her.
Yeah, he said something like, well, if I get down on one knee in a couple of days.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, you're not serious.
Yeah, because he had that kind of, like, stupid smile on his face. And it's
hard to tell.
It's because he's nervous, too.
Yeah.
Because it's something he doesn't want to talk about. And, like, just like a lot of other people, he diffuses situations by, like, joking about it. Like, even if he doesn't want to, he's totally serious. He's smiling because that's how we typically diffuse situations that where we are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was part of why he was smiling.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. But eventually Kendall just goes to bed because she says she feels weird.
Yeah, she wants to sleep on it. They didn't hug, they didn't kiss or anything.
No.
She just wanted to go to bed. And I figured sometime the next day she would talk to him.
Right? Like, you would think they'd
Before
have a
the rose
conversation
ceremony.
before the rose ceremony, like cocktail time, rose ceremony, cocktail time.
Okay.
So I just do want to mention, if you're a commitment phobe, maybe the Bachelor world is not for you. Like, that's literally all this process is committing.
I mean, yes, but Paradise, people also come there to just have fun too.
It is a world of its own, but you can't get to Paradise without being on The Bachelor or Bachelorette first. She was on The Bachelor. That means you were expecting within 10 weeks to get fucking engaged. Mm-hmm. If you're a commitment phobe, don't fucking do that. Like, I would not be on this show because prior to you, I couldn't imagine, still with you, I could not imagine a 10-week engagement. Honestly, no offense. We talked about that. But like prior to dating you, I can imagine like an engagement in like less than 3 years, where it's like, I would like a lot of time to like process my feelings and whatever.
Sure.
So nothing wrong with being a commitment phobe. I mean, there's a little bit wrong with it. Like, there's obviously something internally wrong, but like, you should not be on a show that like basically requires you to commit after 10 weeks. Like, that's the premise of the show.
Exactly.
And then to go on another show where the premise is to commit after 5 fucking weeks.
Mm-hmm. But you get to spend all your time with them.
It is different. I can understand how there are better results from Bachelor in Paradise because you're spending every day with this person.
Yeah.
You basically expedited even a normal relationship. Like, these are opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Bachelor, you have as such an abnormal situation where you see this person for a couple hours a week. And then you have Bachelor in Paradise where you see this person 24/7 for weeks.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to spend all your time with each other.
No, but the person's available to you all of the time, which is completely different than the normal world where it's like somewhere in between. Maybe you see them like 1 or 2 nights a week in the beginning, and then slowly you spend more time together, and then like over a year you decide that you love each other.
Over a year? Ooh, okay.
I don't know. There are different timelines for everyone.
Okay, so the next morning, after she's had some time to sleep on it, she still needed more time.
Yes,
because
obviously.
I think Joe was talking to Kevin. Let's just say it was
the resident
Kevin.
therapist.
I think he was talking to him.
It's always Kevin.
I'm assuming.
Who else would it even be?
I don't know. But he was just like, I guess, maybe it was John too. I don't know. But she's still not talking to him. And he's like, I guess, I don't know. Can we edit this part out?
No, you're fine. You're doing great.
Okay.
So, I mean, Joe's just like, she hasn't given me anything. She hasn't told me anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Like, obviously it's eating away at him because the woman he loves seems to be on the fence.
Yeah. And then suddenly it's the rose ceremony time.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing in between that. And I was like, okay, sometime between the morning and then the rose ceremony, they talked. Probably. No,
because when they get together, it's like we're just picking back up where we left off.
Yeah, and like Joe was just sitting there stewing all day, wondering
Poor fucking Joe.
how she feels about the whole thing. And And Kevin said to somebody else that like he packed up really well.
Yeah.
Because
like Joe was kind of like ready to go home.
Yeah. Like he was, unless he got the answer he needed, he was going to go home.
Yeah.
So finally they talk to each other, and he does start sharing like he was upset or unhappy that she went on a date with Leo, and he was upset that she kissed John twice.
She did kiss him twice, but I think he was only actually upset about once.
Yeah.
Because the first one was kind of early on.
Yeah. And
like the same
one,
day she first kissed Joe.
Yeah.
But the second one was like the day she was like, oh, maybe I want to be Joe's girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, that was like later afterwards because she felt bad about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And so she finally tells, he tells her about that. And she's like, this is the first time me hearing about you actually feeling anything. I was like, of course he was upset about this whole thing.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out.
No.
Like, if you thought he wasn't upset, then like, what did you think would upset him?
Like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. And for him to not share that he was upset is kind of on him a little bit. But at the same time, it would have probably scared her off by telling her that he is upset about, being open, whereas he's also saying he wants to be open too, because that's what she wants to hear.
Because he's supposed to be on the same page as her, and if she's saying she wants to be open, then he's like supposed to not only say that he's okay with being open, but then be okay with her being open.
Yeah, exactly. And if he didn't, then he would have scared her away.
Yeah. And so I completely understand why he didn't tell her that. Because especially if the result was them becoming exclusive, then he's like, I think he seems like a logical person where he's going to convince himself it doesn't matter that she kissed him because now we are exclusive.
Yeah.
And I don't think he would allow himself to then be emotional to her about this.
I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like I would still share my feelings about that situation.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if like everything ended up good, I still want to tell you that like what you did still hurt me.
Okay. No, I mean, I just didn't know that about you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Probably. I don't know. We haven't had to deal with that.
I'm glad.
And then like suddenly she's like, she realizes she has feelings for him, but she doesn't know what kind of feelings. And I think that's a stupid answer.
Yes.
Because you are spending probably most of all your time with somebody. They are spending all of their time with you. And how do you not know how they feel about you? Like it seems like she really blocked out the possibility of anyone loving her, falling in love with her, or her allowing herself to fall in love with anybody else.
Yeah. And so she says like she's not sure if she's in love, and I totally understand like being on that area where you're like, I don't actually know exactly how I feel in this situation.
Super early too.
But Joe, like, he's not a person who tells his feelings. He shows his feelings. And I think this goes back to our conversation last week about love languages.
Yeah, exactly.
And so Kendall's a person who needs like verbal affirmation of feelings, whereas Joe is going to show his affection
by spending all of his time with her.
All of his time, and like being like cuddly with her, which is maybe not something he usually does in front of other people, but he had to get over because that's
what she wanted.
He is, and that's what she wants. And if he's not cuddly in front of people, then he's not going to be cuddly at all because they're in front of cameras all the time.
Exactly.
But it's just, if she didn't know how Joe felt based on his actions, it's because she didn't want to.
Yeah.
I think because she was so scared of developing like an actual relationship with someone, she convinced herself that he felt the same way she did.
Yeah, like there was no possibility of anything. Like even another person falling in love with her.
Yeah. And Kendall tries to convince Joe that like he feels the same way she does. And he's like, no, stop saying we and start saying you. Because you feel this way.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
Yeah. I mean, it is I mean, if she really didn't really shut that out, then she would have she wouldn't have seen it coming.
Yeah.
So like, it's the first time hearing this and processing it, then, it was all that Joe needed to hear, but like, she still needed more time to think about it. He was like, well, I thought that's what you were thinking about, probably. And so he was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to go home then.
What kind of sucks about the show is there is like a timeline, right? Like they know they're getting to the end of it and they have to start making decisions. Mm-hmm. Whereas like in a normal relationship, like most relationships, there's not a timeline. You don't have to worry about like when you have to be at a certain point.
Yeah. Everyone has to get to the same point at the same time.
Yeah. No matter when you started.
But it's like, it's just, there's a lot of pressure too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure to like get engaged and whatever, making up exactly what you want to do instead of just like writing it out.
Yeah. So the other thing that happens before the actual rose ceremony is the Olivia John Diggy triangle.
Yes.
So Diggy brings back in the awkward trumpet player.
Yeah. I thought that was a really good move.
It was really cute.
They dance again. It was just like the only connection they have. He brought it back. It was
really cute because the trumpet player was very awkward originally, but the fact that he brought him back in.
Because it was like a moment that they had. Like they shared that awkward moment, brought it back for that rose ceremony. I thought it was a really good move.
I liked it. So then John sees that like he has to step it up.
Yeah.
He can't just ignore Olivia right before the rose ceremony, which like, why the fuck would you do that? Obviously you need to pay attention to her. Mm-hmm. Fucking John. So he does this like cheesy sunflower thing.
Is that something you've seen before?
No.
Okay.
Somehow he gets a bunch of sunflowers on last minute notice.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, where the fuck did they get these?
Yeah, and they're like kind of tall. So they just cut them down.
It was very strange. And so he like turned them all towards the middle of a circle and then put her in the middle. Mm-hmm. And so they turned towards the sun and she's the brightest person here for him. Mm-hmm. Whatever. I don't know.
I thought
Diggy's was cute and I thought John's was cheesy.
I thought his was cheesy, but I thought it was still nice.
I don't think I would have fallen for it.
Okay. Even if I did it to you?
Well, you're different. You don't have competition. You can do whatever you want.
And it's fine?
Yeah.
It'll be cute no matter what?
Yeah, you can do all the cheesy things.
Okay.
I mean, I might still make fun of you a little bit, but...
I don't want to be made fun of.
Oh. You don't?
Ew.
Oh, okay. I'll work on that. So, Cassandra chooses Kiwi Jordan, and he goes in for a kiss.
And
sorry, we're at the rose ceremony now.
He gets the cheek.
And he gets the cheek.
The butt cheek.
No, just the regular face cheek. The left one, I believe.
Left butt cheek.
Nope, face cheek. Shu chooses Robbie, and Elise chooses Camille. Surprise, surprise. Mm-hmm. She says, I'm so excited to call you my boyfriend. So we learn like a little insight into their relationship.
I mean, he said that they were exclusive.
Okay. Yeah. In the Truth or Dare, he said he was in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
Astra chooses Kevin. Crystal chooses Chris. And Chris is teary-eyed, and that's real cute.
Was he?
Yeah.
Because they said things to each other, right?
Yeah. He just got teary-eyed. It was sweet. Jenna chooses American Jordan. Mm-hmm. And Olivia chooses John. And I thought she was going to pick Diggy.
Yeah. To me, I thought John's stunt, his gesture was, I think, cuter.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I like Diggy's
I did like Diggy's though. So, whatever. Sorry, Diggy.
I mean, I think Olivia went with what seemed safer to her. Because I think what she felt with Diggy was a physical connection.
Sure.
And what she felt with John was like more of a mental connection. Mm-hmm. So she went with that, which who knows if that ended up better for her or not. We'll never know. Like, who knows what would happen if she chose Diggy.
Oh, with Diggy. Okay, I was like with John, like we know exactly.
We would never know what happened with Diggy. Like maybe it would have ended up with the same results.
Maybe
Chelsea'd be very busy on FaceTime. So the next day, Kevin orders a really large breakfast.
8-egg omelet. And then Chris Harrison walks in and he's like, God damn it, of course my omelet's going to come out right now.
The biggest omelet I've ever seen is from Beth's Cafe.
Yeah.
And it's 6 eggs, right?
No, it's like 12.
I think it's 6.
I think it's 12.
Okay, let's look it up.
Okay.
Googling.
And then
Cafe.
for the Beth's Cafe challenge, there's a 12-egg omelet and then also like
12 egg. It is 12 egg.
Yeah.
Shit, did you order that? You didn't order that.
No. But it also the challenge also includes, I think, like 4 pounds of hash browns.
Ooh.
Yeah.
God, that sounds so terrible.
Was it that Man versus Food? He wasn't able to finish it.
Really?
Yeah. It was one of the first things he did. So like I think he hadn't figured out a whole strategy for competitive eating or whatever. Because he's eaten way more than that afterwards.
Did you know they have all-you-can-eat hash browns at Beth's?
No, but their hash browns aren't that good.
Oh, so you can't eat very many.
Also, it's super dirty there.
I know, we went there one time.
And we sat in that booth, and I think the booths are worse than like the sitting area over there.
Yeah. I don't know why anybody had ever even told me about Beth's, because I think it's just their 12-egg omelet.
Mm-hmm. I think their food is fine. It's just too gross.
Their food is fine, but the interior is not where I want to eat food.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind dive places.
Yeah, but
like,
it's
that's
like
fine.
dirty though.
Yeah,
it's worse than Thai Tom.
Thai Tom's not great.
No, but at least
it has a great reputation, which is super weird.
I really like Thai Tom, or I used to. But like, if they're cooking food in front of you, it's kind of like at least gives you the illusion that like, hey, we're not hiding anything, but it's still dirty as fuck.
So anyway, Kevin orders his breakfast. We
Yeah.
never get to see it, but so Chris Harrison says this is the last day. It's Fantasy Suites tonight. Like talk to your people, whatever. And so Chris mentions like lifelong relationships, and Annalise gives Camille a look. And Camille looks like a deer in headlights, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So quick synopsis. Olivia and John decide they want to keep hanging out, but like there's a lot of connotations with Fantasy Suite that they're just not ready for. Mm-hmm. So they like leave separately. Which was not super obvious when we were watching it.
They leave together.
Which turns out to be separately.
Separately.
Yeah, because like I felt like I understood their conversation. And then they left skipping and holding hands. I was like, oh, maybe I don't understand their conversation. And then we never saw them Fantasy Suites. I'm like, okay, so I did originally understand their conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
New Zealand, Jordan, and Cassandra break up.
They break up, and then
because they weren't a thing anyway.
Yeah, and she was like, "Well, wouldn't you want to give it a try?" He was like, wouldn't us giving it a try like at least change the outcome a little bit?" He's like, "No, I think it would just prolong it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the same result, just gonna take longer to get there."
Which, like, it's good on her for asking, but.
And good on him to being straightforward.
For being honest, yeah. So Jordan, I think, is like 37 or something. He doesn't have time to waste. He doesn't have time to just see where
He's like,
it goes.
Nope, this isn't going anywhere.
Like, it is or it isn't. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, Jordan, I don't know what his last name.
I don't either. Try Kiwi Jordan, see what happens.
Okay, I didn't put that.
Oh, is it racist?
I don't know.
New Zealand, Jordan, Bachelor in Paradise.
Age.
Bio.
His last name is Mauger.
Of course.
And he is 1 year younger than my brother, which is 3 years older than us. So he's 35.
Okay.
34.
34? Okay, I thought I was older for some reason. That's fine. Mid-30s. He's a good mid-30s. Mm-hmm. Robbie and Shu, they say like, no Fantasy Suites, but Robbie's like, if I'm ever in Utah, I'll look you up. That kind of thing. And she seems happy with that. That's weird. Whatever.
It's like, okay, finally someone's going to come visit me in Utah.
Chris and Crystal are like an obvious...
It says his age is 34 right there.
Jenna and Jordan are also, so Chris, Crystal, Jordan, Jenna and Jordan, like these are obvious ones. Like obviously they're leaving together.
Yeah.
Annalise and Camille, so obviously like Annalise is like ready for like whatever Camille throws at her. And Camille's not so sure. But I really liked Annalise's play on this, where she's like, let's just go. Let's just have some fun tonight. Live in the moment. We'll have our second date. Just like see what happens. And I was like, good on you for keeping in your Annalise. Keep in your inner Annalise.
Yeah.
And let out your normal fucking woman. And Camille sounded like he was going to break up with her. I don't know if it was the way he said it or the way they spliced it together or whatever, but like it sounded like he was going to break up with her. And
yeah,
he's like,
it totally did.
Yeah, let's go to Fantasy Suites. So they go to Fantasy Suites. And then we have this horrible, like out of nowhere train wreck of Astrid and Kevin.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It was so upsetting.
I mean, we all saw the previews of Kevin breaking down at some point.
I think I blocked it out of my head.
I just didn't know. I don't think I blocked it out in my head, but I like forgot about it. Is that the same thing?
Maybe. I don't know.
But like when it would like things started turning sour, it's like, oh, this is when he's gonna cry because he hasn't cried yet.
Ugh. So like this is what happens when you're used to seeing a therapist twice a week.
Yeah,
and then you don't see one for 5 fucking weeks.
Yeah, your therapist is nobody because you are the therapist.
You are
on
the therapist suddenly because you're the most mentally stable person there.
Exactly.
But you still need someone to talk to besides your girlfriend.
And if someone like, I mean, never mind, I'll talk about it later. But they break up because he's scared. He's not gonna be able to give enough to her, pretty much.
Well, he says he's had bad luck with Fantasy Suites before because the first time he said he had more doubts coming out than when he went in. And the second time he just, I don't know what happened with his Fantasy Suite with Ashley, but he just says he shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened, but he says like he should have just like not done the Fantasy Suite and continued the relationship with her outside of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened.
I bet there was like a lot of pressure since she was like a virgin or whatever. There was probably a lot of pressure to continue afterwards because of.
We don't know that they did it in the Fantasy Suites.
I feel like there's so much regret there that they probably did.
Maybe, but that would be so weird if she like met a man for a couple weeks and then had sex with him, like after being a virgin for so long.
It's The Bachelor.
That would be so weird. So here's where like so
this.
Hi, so this. I had not realized that this season they were going to have the men decide if they wanted to propose or not at the end of it. So I thought it was so weird that Kevin was talking in a way that made it sound like he had to propose at the end of it.
Or they had to make a decision. All of them had to make a decision at the end.
This is not how you cultivate a healthy relationship.
Absolutely not.
You don't put a ticking clock over their head. That's not how good relationships work. And so like he's like, I wrote, like, I think Kevin thinks he has to propose coming out of the Fantasy Suites. And it turns out he kind of fucking does.
Yeah. If you,
that's so weird.
Unless you want to say that, like, I'm not 100% sure about this relationship.
And that's where he was. He wasn't 100% sure.
And that's okay.
That's normal after 5 weeks, guys. Jesus.
Oh my God.
And we don't even know it's even been actually 5 weeks. We don't know. They probably don't know. They don't have a calendar. They don't have a cell phone. They don't know what the world is like.
They're in.
Maybe it's been 2 days.
Maybe they're in Alaska. They just don't know.
We have no idea.
They don't know
Nobody
how long
knows.
these are. Okay.
So then Kevin asked to break up, and here's where I think this bothered you and I. Like, Kevin has been there for every single one of these people in their times of need.
And nobody came to him.
Nobody came to him. He left by himself from the time that Asher and him broke up to the time he got in that car. Nobody fucking talked to him.
At least we didn't see it.
No, we didn't see it. And I'm going to say they didn't do it. And that's bullshit.
Yeah.
They knew what was happening. The women knew what was happening.
That's why they went to go hug her.
But they, like, when she came in, she's like, I just need to get my stuff. They were like, okay. And they, like, let her go. And they didn't think she was going to the fantasy suites because, like, their attitude, their posture was like they knew that she needed space right now.
Yeah.
So if the women knew, I'm sure the men knew. So I understand why the women might not go down to him. Mm-hmm. But, like, the men should have been down there for him.
Yeah.
It's real pissed off.
Unless, I mean, no. Okay, I won't say it. I won't give them an excuse.
Oh, okay. Okay. So apparently they have fantasy suites and they're supposed to get engaged the next day.
Yeah. John and Olivia aren't there, so.
No, yeah, so it's Chris and Crystal. They talk about the future. Camille and Annalise. Annalise asks Camille if she can see himself with her. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, like, you're not just the type of girl I see myself with.
You are the girl
I see myself with.
And I'm falling in love with you.
Falling in love with you.
And that was surprising.
Yeah, because we have never known what Camille was feeling.
He's a fucking robot.
But he is also the 60-40 person.
Exactly.
So Annalise is willing to give 80. You know? If he can give 20, she'll give 80.
Yeah.
Let alone like 60-40. Mm-hmm. Jenna and Jordan. So Jordan tells Jenna he loves her. Jordan says he only gets engaged once. And if he does it, then he'll be loyal. He'll be by her side. Fucking golden retriever shit.
Yeah.
Jenna says he's a godsend and she loves him.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're at the finale. So we're going to recap this by like relationship and like update thing. So
afterwards, after the show and after that too.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep like all of Camille and Annalise drama together, all of Chris and Crystal drama together, like everything like that.
Yeah.
So they let the women talk first in these proposals. Mm-hmm. So that like, because otherwise like the women wouldn't talk and it would just be the guys. But for Annalise, this is particularly problematic to me because we know the shit she's gonna say.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
she's 100% in. She's gonna, I don't know. She's basically gonna say things that she's totally in love with him right now. And she's looking forward to spending the rest of her life with him.
Yes.
I'm sorry. After 5 weeks of knowing you, dating you?
Even like, yeah, so we knew each other for a long time.
I knew I wanted something serious with you, but I wasn't sure about like 10 after that or something like that.
After 5 weeks of you moving in with me, so we're spending a lot of our time together, I still wouldn't have like said yes if you proposed. You know? I would not have expected you to propose. I would have thought you were a fucking crazy person if you proposed.
But if I did,
I would say, keep that. Let's see where this goes in a couple of years. But we know that Annalise is going to be a crazy person about this. Mm-hmm. And not a crazy person, because obviously this is what's expected. Annalise is going to be ready for him to propose.
Yes.
And Camille,
she looks so ready.
We don't fucking know.
She looks so ready.
Yeah, she did. But they both say they love each other.
Yep.
Camille gives a nice speech about Annalise's place in his heart.
Mm-hmm. And I think he did a pretty good job of like telling exactly how he feels. He says he's in love with her. Mm-hmm. And that like, he's just not there yet.
Yeah.
And like that should be okay. And she understands.
Yes, she does.
She
which is good.
Wasn't what she was expecting or wanting. It wasn't what she was wanting.
But her face held pretty good throughout it. There was like a moment where you see like a little bit of disappointment.
Yeah,
but then she comes back pretty quickly.
The lip inside the mouth.
Yeah. Eyes down, lip inside the mouth. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then but yeah, she pulls it back together pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. Cuz I think as crazy as she is, she still has, some logic to her.
I guess.
She can still be rational at times.
Apparently. Because I think she saw him having a hard time trying to, like, explain his feelings or express them. Mm-hmm. Because, like, he wants to continue, but he doesn't want her to feel bad that, like, he's not proposing right now. And she understood that was a hard moment for him.
And she's not just going to end a relationship at a drop of a hat.
Yeah.
Right? Like, she's the person who's going to keep working at it.
Yeah.
So, like, if this is, like, a bump in their road, she's going to say, okay, like, let's get past this bump.
Yeah.
That's fine. He's like, I just want to work on something more sustainable. And I think that's very admirable.
Yeah. So they didn't get engaged, but they're going to keep trying.
However,
comma, pause.
In the update.
Yeah.
We get an update.
we got, did we? So they start out with Annalise on the couch.
Yeah, and she's like, everything's great. We're not engaged yet, but it's good.
Yeah, we're in a really good place. However, he comes out and blah, 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 and then breaks up with her.
Yeah. Chris is like, how's it going? And Camille's like, Annalise met my family, my friends, and she's so great. But my feelings just aren't there. However, my feelings just aren't there.
Yeah.
And, okay, you can't change your feelings. You can't help how you feel. You feel how you feel.
Absolutely.
That is not the problem. Mm-hmm. The problem is how he handled it. And you could see it from everyone's faces. Both like that... dog in the background. Both Bachelor contestants and audience members.
It's like, what the fuck is he doing right now?
They looked like they felt so awkward.
Because they were there in that house with Becca and Ari all of a sudden.
Yes. Yeah, they're like, this is not how you handle things. This is awkward. We don't need live feed of breakups. This is not how things should work.
That's what you just did to me.
I messed up my hair because out of stress for the situation. So then Ryan messed up his hair to show me how stupid I looked when I messed up my hair.
It looked exactly like my hair.
Because we have the same length, same color, same volume, everything.
Yep, you did that. Just wanted to show you what you did to me. So it broke up on fucking TV.
It's fucked up. That's fucked up. So here's the difference between breaking up during the season of Bachelor in Paradise and breaking up here. During the season of Bachelor in Paradise, you have cameras on you 24/7. If you don't want to break up with the person on camera, you might have to wait several weeks to do it. Bachelor after Paradise.
After the show or something?
Yeah, after the show, the updates. You could fucking do it before that happens or after that happens. All you have to do is wait a couple of hours.
Yeah.
That's
Apparently, she even gave him an out because he wasn't trying very hard. Like, and then so, I'm sorry. So you guys were not in a good place. At least maybe he expressed that he was going to try harder, but I don't think they were in a good place.
So here's Annalise in a relationship. She's very optimistic. So she acknowledged, like, after all of this, that they were on a rocky road.
Yeah.
But she felt like things were going up.
Sure.
So, of course, you're not going to come out on that couch and tell Chris Harrison you guys have had a rocky relationship.
I think that's okay if they were.
Okay, but I can totally understand her not telling him that.
Yeah.
That's none of his goddamn business.
Yeah, I guess. But everything is
let alone
his business.
America's business. It is not our business if they had a rocky relationship.
I know. They can share as much as they want, but...
So I understand her trying to make it seem like things are good if she feels like things are now good. It doesn't matter how they were.
Sure.
Things she feels are now good.
Yeah. Okay, so...
But, like, I liked how Chris handled this.
Harrison?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he asks Annalise, like, what do you want? And she says, to get off the stage. And he lets her, like, she walks off. He doesn't, like, try to convince her to stay. He's like, all right, like, you're in a tough place right now.
Yeah. You just got broken up with.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I would want to do. Is
right, like, just get away.
I just want to get away right now.
Camille, so then, like, Chris is, like, talking to Camille about it. Chris Harrison's talking to Camille about it. And he's like, so, like, what happened? Mm-hmm. He's like, we just weren't clicking. And Chris says, he's like, you know, I've been trying to work on it for a couple of days or like whatever. Like I've known for a couple of days that we just weren't clicking. And Chris is like, then why not break up 2 days ago?
Yeah.
And like good on Chris for this. Cause like The Bachelor wants this drama, but at least Chris is like, hey man, like I'm going to shame the people who are doing this and maybe they'll be less likely to do it in the future.
Maybe.
Because Chris has been through all this drama and this bullshit. I'm sure he's tired of dealing with it too.
Yeah, because like the first time they did it with, I think, Ari and Becca. I mean,
well, like with like Jason and whoever he chose before Molly. That they had him break up with her on.
No, they didn't. No, they broke up a while ago. It was just that she had to be there when Molly came on to the stage after
they
the road.
showed footage or I saw footage of Jason live breaking up with someone.
Really?
Was it not Jason? I thought it was Jason breaking up with someone live.
Huh. I
think that's what happened. I think they convinced him to do that on like live.
Okay. I don't.
Not like Becca and Ari, but more like this with Camille and Annalise, where like he does it on the stage.
I'm not sure. I feel like I saw that, but I can't say for sure what happened.
So, I mean, I liked, because obviously they're not telling Chris what to say in this specific situation. Mm-hmm. So, like, I like that he's calling Camille out, because I think it does discourage this type of behavior in the future.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe people will be less manipulated to do this kind of thing. Because these are real people with real feelings. Like, Annalise is a real person.
Yeah. Like, even if he's trying to do it to get the followers, or if like the producers got him to do it for more money or some shit, it's just like, it just seems such a shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
And like, does it matter? It wasn't even worth it.
No, it wasn't worth it, because then he still looks like the asshole. He looks like the bad guy.
It's like Annalise is, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, and he even says, like, why does he always have to look like the asshole? I think referring to like that and then the 60-40 thing. It's like, well, because maybe you are kind of an asshole, though.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you should consider other people.
I mean, he didn't have to do this. He could have at least like sucked this up for another hour or two.
Right? He said he just like couldn't pretend, and he wanted to like, he couldn't do it before because he wanted to be a man and do it in person. Mm-hmm. It's like, then do it after the show, or just cancel on the show altogether. What are they going to do? Like, what's the worst they're going to do?
Yeah.
If you say that you're violently throwing up, what's the worst they're going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Just cancel. Anyway, then another thing Elijah Chris did is he told Camille basically to get off the stage.
Yeah. He said, I'm done with you.
Yeah. He's like, we're going to say goodbye to you.
Or is that what he said?
He said, we're going to say goodbye to you.
Okay.
Like, I think he said, like, we're done or something like that. And then he's like, Annalise, like, you deserve the last word. So,
yeah.
I thought that was nice. But they continue to talk backstage, and I felt like nothing really happened.
No, nothing. I mean, besides her crying, and they didn't even really reconcile.
No, and like, I don't think either of them felt better after that conversation.
Yeah, they just like wanted them to sit on a couch and talk again for a little bit. But whatever. Next couple?
Jenna and Jordan.
Jenna and Jordan. They got engaged.
Yeah, Jenna was like super nervous. So I didn't really, I thought 70% that Jordan was going to propose to Jenna. Uh-huh. But I didn't know if Jenna was going to let Jordan get that far.
Yeah, I thought there was like a 10% chance that she was just going to run.
Yeah, like she's just always such a ball of anxiety that I just didn't know what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, like they both definitely wrote out what they wanted to say to the other person, which is fine. It just like seems scripted as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says like she's the one, and he proposes, and she says yes, and they're super cute.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then in their update, she looks very Marilyn Monroe.
Yes. And I guess they were able to see each other in the meantime. I guess they live in different cities.
Yeah, I don't remember where either of them lives. Oh, Jordan lives in
LA, doesn't he?
Florida.
What? Really?
He lives in Florida.
Oh.
It's like Crystal Springs, Florida, or Palm Crystal, or something like that.
Okay. And then
I don't know where she
They
lives,
make
though.
a vision board with baby names and pictures from their engagement shoot. Well, I guess they got engaged, so that's convenient.
Yep. They already have pictures of the engagement shoot then.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And then, yeah, so they're on the stage, and yes, she looks like Marilyn Monroe. Mm-hmm. Very dark red and kind of bobby hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jordan, I thought this was really cute and very fitting that he asked Chris to officiate their wedding.
Yeah.
For June 9th. Mark your calendars, except also kind of don't.
Save the date.
But I thought it was very fitting for Chris to officiate a wedding for Bachelor contestants. I don't know if he's done that before, but I love it. Do you know if he's done that before?
I don't know. Did he do it for Kari, and
I don't know.
Evan?
I don't know.
We thought
Also, Kari's not a name. Just to let you know.
Cora?
Carly.
Maybe 10 more tries I would have got there.
Don't mark this on your calendar yet. They're probably not getting married on June 9th because they are currently not together.
Yeah.
So this
you
episode...
never know. Maybe they'll get back together after some time.
So the episode aired on June 11th, and on June 12th, they broke up.
Is that what the Wikipedia says?
Yes, because Reality Steve had screenshots that I have not been able to actually find, but there are screenshots of an alleged text conversation between Jenna and an unidentified man. And Jenna says that her and Jordan are not, quote, actually together for real.
Oh.
And that she, quote, didn't even like him.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So Jenna has denied the allegations, but Jordan has said he's removing himself from the relationship. He said, I'm removing myself from the relationship with intentions to take care of myself and find my happiness. He said, I will not lash out. I will not try to convince people that she is a bad person. You will not see me pursue any kind of vengeance on her. But Jenna is fighting this. She's like, I didn't cheat on him, and I'm going to prove myself. I'm going to prove this. Just wait. Mm-hmm. And Jordan said, like, I can't just wait and hold on to see if this is fake. I allowed myself to be played, and I will not allow myself to be fooled by this. If it turns out to be fake, then hey, it's a good thing that I didn't lash out, but I can't take a chance with my heart. So that's all on the internet if you want to read about it. People and E! Online seem to be getting the quickest news on this situation.
Okay.
So there's
I
that.
can't find it either.
Yeah, I guess it was on Reality Steve, but I'm going to guess that he was asked to have it removed. I'm sure. I mean, it seems like Bachelor people are kind of quick to offer lawyers. So
yeah.
It's possible that she threatened to sue him for defamation. So Ryan did some sleuthing.
Ooh, yeah.
And he found the text messages. Are you comfortable reading anything about them, or you just want to tell them how to find it?
She doesn't look good.
She doesn't look good. They're worse than I thought.
Mm-hmm. They're worse than I thought, too. And it's basically saying what you just said, what Reality Steve said. Also that she's gonna kind of make it seem like he was that bad person.
Yeah, which is fucked up.
It's really fucked up. Like, break it up with the guy, but don't make him look like the bad guy.
You could just do this all quietly.
Yeah, you guys broke up. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, it happens every day.
I mean, I think she's trying to do it for her business so that she's the victim and to get more followers or whatever.
Backfired.
Yeah.
Blew up in her face.
Fuck her.
Yeah. So this is all alleged.
Yes.
We don't even know we don't know.
Okay.
We don't know what this is. These could be fake messages for all we know. This could be somebody just playing a big joke.
Mm-hmm. But Reality Steve says that she had confirmed it with him that they're real.
Why would she do that?
I don't know, because she was having a conversation with him or somebody that basically saying the texts are real.
What did you search to find this?
Jenna cheating text.
And you went to images?
You go Google images.
Google images. Okay. So if you want to find them there. We're not going to post them because if he took them down, there's probably a reason that he took them down.
Oh, Reality Steve did?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm guessing because I had seen I clicked on a link to it and it didn't take me there.
Okay.
So I'm going to guess he took them down. So I don't think we should put them up.
Sure.
So if you want to find them, that's how you find them. Okay, moving on to Chris and Crystal.
Yes.
Yes, the villains of their own seasons, but somehow the like victory of this season.
They got okay. Crystal was just not as crazy this season.
She was basically a normal person. Not quite, but basically. He also was like
real bro-y in the beginning with,
Yeah.
what's that one guy? He left.
Oh, David?
No.
The
one, there was a picture of him flexing in front of Chris Harrison.
Nick.
Yeah.
Is that Nick?
Yeah.
Nick sucked. Fuck him.
Yeah, he's stupid. I can't help but feel like attracted to you, drawn to you. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, he was
stupid.
Whatever.
But him and all the three of them, Jordan as well, just like a bro circle. Like I don't know, but they were super annoying together. And then I think it was actually Crystal that said like, "Calm the fuck down."
And again, this must work on only crazy people. Saying calm down to a normal person is not going to work. But somehow on crazy people, it might work.
Maybe they've been told it so much that they're like, yeah, I guess it's time to calm down.
Okay, now I am getting worked up. So Chris and Crystal wake up in their fantasy suite with the healthiest hotel breakfast in bed I've ever seen. Okay, so they have some sort of green beverage.
Oh.
Like some sort of like smoothie. They each have one.
Right.
It looked to me, I'm going to guess, a spinach egg white omelet, a side of fruit.
Maybe that's why I was so white. Okay.
Yeah. A side of fruit. Maybe some oatmeal. I don't know. It just looked really healthy.
Sure.
I was like, guys, breakfast in bed. Like,
pancakes.
Hotel.
Waffles.
Pancakes. You can get also fruit, but don't get that green fucking smoothie shit. What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So Crystal's like understandably freaking out. She's like, "Oh my god, am I getting engaged today? This is so crazy."
Sure.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Chris is a horrible, terrible person. I was so fucking mad at him. I was so mad.
I totally when you're about to propose to somebody, it's not okay. Jokes are generally not a good idea.
No, there are times that you don't joke, and they're like little jokes that you could make.
Maybe a little ones.
Yeah,
like just to make her laugh.
Yes,
or smile or something before you do something huge like propose.
But don't prank her.
Don't break up with her.
Oh my god. He said, "I'm so sorry, Crystal. I would be doing us both," and then I missed some of what he said.
Something
basically
about
like a disservice. I'd be doing us a disservice if I left here holding your hand. He of course says this all very slowly, so like my heart is like wrenching because I'm like, but I'm pretty sure he proposes. What the hell is happening? And he's like, because I should be holding your heart. And like, Ryan, I love you so much.
I don't want to hold your heart.
I love you so much, and I do want to marry you someday. But if this is how you propose to me, my answer will be no. My answer will be no. Not even a question. I'm going to be so mad at you. I might not sleep here for a couple of days because that's fucked up. Don't do that. Don't do that to a person.
Yeah, totally.
But she laughs it off because somehow she's surprisingly chill and just says yes. And she's so excited.
Yeah.
And she says, "I'm going to be Mrs. Goose."
It seems like he forgot about that joke when she says it.
But now it's forever. It's a joke forever.
Okay. Update?
The update. Chris gets emotional because he's so happy.
Yeah. It reminds me of my brother.
Oh, yeah. So we were at Ryan's brother's wedding this weekend, and he
Yeah.
cried like 3 times.
Yeah.
And it was really sweet because he's
So happy.
just so happy, and he's not normally an emotional person. Like, he's very much like Ryan, which is like very like flatlined most of the time.
But, you can't help it. Sometimes those feelings come out and like you're not used to them. So they really come out when like, especially since you don't really know how to handle them when they come out. Yeah.
Well, why are my eyes so wet all of a sudden?
Why can't I talk right now? It's so hard to talk. Which is exactly what happened to Chris. He couldn't talk because he was like finally, I don't know, sitting down and talking about it.
Yeah. So I think he was like living it all And then
That
now
too.
he had that time to like watch it and reflect on it. And
Sure.
he was like, oh my God, we're amazing. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
And like Crystal, like when Chris was talking to Crystal, there was a moment like her mouth was shaking.
Yeah,
because she was like so emotional.
Yeah, because what did he say? That he was.
I don't know. I think he was just like telling her how wonderful she was and how great he felt. In
Yeah,
the
and then
relationship.
there was like a kind of like the frown where she was about to cry.
Yeah.
But because she was happy too.
Yeah, her like lips were shaking. It was really cute.
Yeah.
And their moms were there.
Their moms were there. He met her dogs.
Yes. Seemed like it went pretty well.
Yeah.
Better than it did when you met my dog.
Mm-hmm.
My dog didn't like you, still kind of doesn't love you.
Right. That's how it is.
They gift them a crystal goose because crystal and goose, crystal goose.
And I will say that I think he's grown from their relationship.
I think so too.
Like, I don't know how much Crystal has, but I think he has.
We'll see if this is long-term growth.
Yeah, hopefully.
Like, is this sustainable or is this like a temporary?
I feel like there's... I think people can call you out on your bullshit for so much. Well, and you might not listen to it, like people like Chris. And then you might not actually heed to it until it's somebody that you actually care about. So, like, I think once Crystal said, like, hey, stop your bullshit. Like, why don't you stop, like, was it puffing your chest and trying to act all manly and why don't you just be a normal person?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, sure, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, like, he finally started growing as a person.
Yeah, they might be good for each other. I would like to see positive things come out of this.
Yes. So I have seen on the subreddit that she is trying on dresses.
Ooh.
And the caption was like, save the date, which she didn't say what date, but it could be a paradise date. It could be a...
You think next year we'll see a wedding on Paradise?
Yeah, not Jenna or Jordan's though.
No, probably not.
Okay.
So then the other After Paradise drama.
Mm-hmm.
So in the opening thing where they're like, and like introducing all the people who were in Paradise, when they get to Leo, no one cheers.
Nobody cheered. I heard some boos too.
Yeah.
I also on the subreddit there was like they showed Kenny and then what's his name, Leo, and then there was just like nothing. There was like nobody. Maybe somebody said boo in the background or something, but I didn't hear boos. But in the Hulu thing that we just watched, I heard boos.
Yeah, there were
Which I'm
definitely
happy about.
negative noises, and they didn't give Leo any time.
Yeah.
They didn't give him any time. They shouldn't even fucking let him there, honestly.
I know. Why did they have him there?
I don't know.
They didn't have Lincoln there.
Well, because Lincoln wasn't in Paradise.
Oh, it's true. But he wasn't in, was it After the Rose?
Oh, yeah, I think he wasn't.
Yeah. But they had a choice to have him there or not.
And they chose to have him there.
Yeah.
And was it just so people could boo at
Or
him?
to fill seats or something?
I don't know.
Because they probably didn't talk to him.
But people fucking loved Will's. He got a lot of cheers.
Yeah.
And then Colton got more cheers than Will's. And I'm sorry, but they had to tell people to cheer for him. They planted people in the audience to cheer for him because people didn't want Colton to be the Bachelor.
No. Although people are calling him Colin now. Like, because it just sounds like Colton.
No,
But
that's stupid.
I think that's stupid and also mean because all he's doing...
He's not a bad person.
He's not a bad person. I think he might be doing this for fame, though. But, you know, I feel like he's just on a show.
He's a 26-year-old. He's too immature to be the Bachelor, in my opinion, which also a very important point that was brought up when I was listening to Black Girls One Rose. This also means we're going to have very young contestants. We're going to have to watch a fucking 21-year-olds.
Probably.
Just a fucking bunch of them.
Probably 19.
God, I don't want to watch a season of that. But I don't think he's a bad person. I have nothing wrong with Colton. I'm just tired of seeing him. Also, your colon is a very important part of your body. So, like...
But do you know what comes out of it?
I do. What comes out of it is a purification of my body. Because Colton's so pure. That's probably why they call him Colin.
No.
No?
No. Okay. Do we want to talk about other people?
Yeah, let's talk about how John kissed everyone, including Annalise.
Yeah, had to have been like the first day.
Yeah, it was. He said it was the first day.
Yeah.
He kissed Annalise on the first day, which I didn't know. An update on John and Olivia. They had like FaceTime and they kept communicating, but like John broke it off just a couple weeks before, which is how you fucking do it. You don't do it on the day or on the stage of the whatever is happening. You don't do it on stage. You don't break up someone on stage. It doesn't matter what the stage is. You don't do it.
Yeah.
So he broke it off a couple weeks ago. He just has like too difficult to maintain a long distance relationship.
Yes.
But meanwhile, he's FaceTiming Chelsea.
Yeah.
So it just seems like maybe, like, if he has feelings with Chelsea and he wants to see where that goes, that's fine. Just, like, be honest with Olivia.
Yeah, because...
Like, honesty, I think, is all anybody really wants.
Even if they're not quite exclusive... If they are exclusive, there's no excuse. But if they're just kind of dating, like, do you owe them to tell them that? If they're just kind of, like, seeing each other, would you owe
I think,
them
yes.
to, like, tell them about somebody else that they're...
I mean...
talking to?
Young Kelly always used the fizzle approach, where just like kind of let things fizzle out. Like maybe you respond to a text message here and there, but you don't actually hang out with them anymore. I always use the fizzle approach, but as an adult, full-grown adult, I would have a conversation with the person. Like if they obviously, because that's just what's respectful. If the other person has feelings for you, you owe it to them to tell them like what your feelings are.
Yeah.
Or aren't.
So that was weird.
Yeah. And then Eric says Angela and him never really moved out of friendship. Did we have different experiences?
Eric is a dummy. But
like we have video footage of how not a friendship this was.
Right. But no matter, like, I think we all know where we stand on this, but she forgave him. Which,
like, forgive and move on.
Yeah.
Just move on. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to forgive and get back with him, that's another story.
Please
but just move
Andrew.
on.
Yeah.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just, like,
put this
don't
behind
hold the
you.
grudge. Yeah.
Benoit and Jordan. I don't like Jordan when he's mad.
No,
because
he gets very petty.
He gets petty. Why did he have to bring up Claire?
No, he didn't have to. He gets very immature. I literally wrote down, I don't care. Or Jordan and Benoit, I don't care.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I think Benoit, for the most part, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But when you start attacking him, he's like, well, fuck you. I want to like defend myself right now. And then Jordan's just blah, 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 blah. Like, you know.
Yeah.
There's certain parts of Jordan that I like, but whenever he's like fighting with somebody, he's just stupid. I don't like him. Like, so like, for the most part, I don't think I like Jordan.
I don't like Jordan. There was like a window because I didn't like Jordan, and then I thought he was funny, and then I really didn't like Jordan when he blew up that one episode.
Yeah.
And then I liked him and Jenna, and I'm still like with the whole Jenna and Jordan thing. Like I'm on nobody's side. I hope that Jordan's grown from this whole thing, but in the end, he's still pretty immature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
well. Tia and Colton. Tia says it was... Oh, sorry. Do you have more about...
Nope.
Okay. Tia says it was worth it because now they can say that they tried.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're finally on the same page about not dating each other.
Finally. And I would like to not give them any more time because...
Yep. That's it.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Astrid and Kevin.
Okay.
Astrid and Kevin.
All right.
Let's talk about them. They're my favorite.
Okay, you go first.
Okay. So Kevin, post Paradise, reached out to Astrid and BB. And Astrid, like, said, like, she didn't really know what they were or where they were going because, like, the trust was broken. She's, like, didn't know if they could rebuild at this point. Mm-hmm. So then they bring out Kevin.
Yep.
And Kevin explains what happened. That basically, like, when he heard the term fantasy suite,
Right.
it just like triggered him.
It got in his head.
And like, clouded his thoughts.
Put
and
a bunch of doubt in there.
Yeah, it brought up all this doubt, and it brought up all this baggage.
Yep.
And then like all of a sudden, like somebody who probably would have normally like contacted his therapist.
Yes.
Couldn't do that.
Didn't have time to do that or anything. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then he had to try to figure out himself, but he can't do that because his mind is all muddled.
Mm-hmm.
And so then after he got away from that situation, had time to like talk to his therapist
and his family, sought
his
advice,
and then he was like, "There's like clarity again."
He looks so less. What's it called? I don't know.
Stressed?
Less stressed. He looks more sane.
Yeah.
More calm.
Healthier.
Yes. Very healthy.
Yeah.
And therapy is basically practicing your emotions and your feelings. And you, like, I feel like that's what happens when you're in therapy. And then, like, also, I've never been to therapy. But, like, I feel like that's a chance for you to, like, feel your feelings, process them. Also, you also get a chance to say the things you want to say to the people that you want to say things to.
Yeah.
And so it's like, at least, like, you know, if you're going to have to talk about something huge, saying it more than once might help, especially with someone that's like, actually, I didn't really get that from what you were saying. You were mostly talking about yourself or something like that. You know, like, it's like, oh shit, yeah, you're totally right. So you have like practice. And like, that's what none of these other people have. That's why Chris broke down, because he was like crying the whole time. If he was seeing a therapist, he would have cried already. And he had already, you know, gone through that whole process of like crying, realizing how much he loves Crystal and whatever. And like, instead, he could have just been there in the moment and like at the show.
Yeah.
And just like knew how to verbalize how he felt. He would have been able to talk.
Interesting. Okay. Are you telling me I should see a therapist because I cry all the time?
No.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want. I'm just saying, like, all these other guys just see, like
I
Joe.
hope Coleman's been seeing a therapist. I feel like he has a lot of emotions he needs to get out.
Yeah, and then also, I think Joe too, because he seems
Joe
to very
could benefit.
He can. I think he's like very closed off when it comes to like, I don't know, maybe not. He doesn't know when to actually share information or how to, like, about like how he feels about somebody. Like, how important was it for him to share how he felt about everything going on with Kendall? Kind of important, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, it's different communication styles, but I do think a healthy relationship comes from a better communication style.
Yeah.
So what I think was really good with Kevin being there is, I mean, I think he is really good at communicating, but who knows like what was happening with him and Ashley in these conversations. Maybe they already reconciled. We don't know. We have no idea what happened before or what he had an opportunity to say to her, how much he was listening to these things. But what Astrid needed was for him to take responsibility for this, to like, because that's what she said to Chris. Like she needed him to basically be the one at fault. And I don't know why, but that's what she said she needed.
Okay.
And that's what he did. Maybe he heard her say that because I think he heard her, because he said that like, this was my fault. Like, it was my problem and I brought it to her and she didn't deserve that.
Right.
And then he also brought up trust, which he had said, like, the trust is broken. And he brought up trust. He's like, I know I'm going to have to rebuild that trust and blah, blah, blah. So either they've already talked about this or he heard her.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, like, she seemed to forgive him very quickly and they made up very quickly, which makes me think it had already happened.
Yeah, I think so too. It seems like, at least.
Yeah.
I don't have any update about them, like, beyond that.
No, I wrote a bunch of heart emoticons, not emojis, emoticons, because I'm just typing it. And I want them to get married. I love them.
Okay. I wrote it down, but I didn't say it earlier, but like, Astrid's a catch.
Yeah.
She is beautiful.
She didn't get a lot of time on Nick's season, and I couldn't tell the difference between her and Whitney. I still don't know how she's different from Whitney, but she's beautiful. She seems smart. She seems like grounded, like a very normal person, which is why she probably didn't get airtime.
I mean, and then she goes and talks to people like when they need like support or something. She's the first person to go run after somebody that's like, oh, are you crying? Do you need help? Do you need anything? Do you want me to leave you alone right now? Like if you need anything, just let me know. Because like I don't know, she just maybe she's gone through a lot and like. She's that person. Him and her and Kevin are the people that are like the therapists there. And then like, you know, she didn't need to be asked to go.
Yeah.
To go see if people were okay.
When Annalise she walked calmly off the stage, actually. I'm not going to say she ran. That's rude. She walked off the stage, went to the back. And I really expected Astrid to follow her.
Like she was
or
talking,
like check on her or something. Like the person that I thought would check on her was Astrid.
It looked like she was about to. I feel like they maybe stopped her.
They told her not to.
And then I think at least she was talking to Bibiana about it too.
Yeah.
And she's like, I think I should go talk to her. But
I don't have any updates on them, which I think is
it's probably a good
sign.
thing.
Good sign. No news is good news.
And then the last couple,
Kendall and Joe.
Yeah.
So Kendall admits that she was scared and that she has regrets. So I guess she went from Mexico to a plane to LA and then immediately to Chicago and somehow brought the Bachelor crew with her.
And somehow he got a haircut in the meantime too.
Yes. Yeah. Ryan didn't think this was as funny as I did, but I recommend that you watch this back and just watch Joe with his hand and trying to figure out what to do with his hand while Kendall's talking to him. Because I thought it was really funny. But she says she's in love with Joe. He says there's like a part of him that still loves her, which I thought was really funny because she had said like, there's a part of me that loves you. I thought that was funny. But he shut off a lot of it. And he's not sure if he can get there. Turns out they had dinner that night, and he's made a couple of trips to LA. So basically, they've reconciled. He loves her. And here's what I don't like, though, is that Joe likes making her mad. I cannot imagine being in a relationship where somebody enjoys making me mad. So I get mad, and they get happy. I am mad and that makes them happy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's not actually mad. Maybe just like frustrated.
Even then, I don't want you to be happy that you made me frustrated.
I get it.
But I'm not Kendall. Everyone is different. Maybe she finds that endearing. I just don't find that a sustainable thing. I feel like after 5 years of someone being happy that they've made you mad or frustrated or annoyed, you're not going to like that so much anymore. It's not cute after a while.
So maybe it won't. Maybe it's just like them trying to figure each other out.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, maybe he's kind of pushing buttons. Seeing
Don't
how far he can
buttons.
go.
I don't like my buttons pushed. Keep my buttons where they are. I don't know if we said this last time, but Joe's going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. I think we did.
We might have. We're not going to watch it.
No, we might seek out his clips.
I think we did talk about that.
But that's about it.
Either we talked about that here on the podcast or we talked about that in the bedroom. Pillow talk.
Don't talk
Super
about
sexy.
Bachelor news. Oh, if you guys didn't know, Angela and Clay are dating.
Oh, cute!
Did I?
You didn't tell me that, but I just got real loud.
That's okay. No, I think that was fine. And Kevin and Astrid have talked about moving in together.
Cute, yes.
They don't know where yet.
Yeah, that makes sense. They do live in different countries.
They live in different countries. She really likes Toronto. I don't know if wherever she is. But I don't know, they're talking about it. So they're trying to get serious or they're trying to get serious.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. There's a lot of good news from this episode. There's some bad news, but it's a lot of good news too.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. I forgot his name. Glad I forgot his name already.
Camille?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just, it's funny that like his, what's it called? His 60-40 thing came back to bite him when it's like, I gave you 90, you're giving me 10, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever. And still, that wasn't enough.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would make Camille happy. And again, it's fine if he doesn't have those feelings for Annalise, but you could handle it better.
Yeah, you can give a little bit more than 10%.
You can. You can.
That's basically fizzling.
That's just showing up. 10% of life is just showing up.
I feel like that's half.
Yeah, it really is.
Like a third.
It's quite a significant portion of life is just being there. All right, so weekly shout-outs.
Yeah. Who?
Sweden.
What's up?
Getting so many downloads. Thank you. UK. I think we already called out the Philippines, so thank you. Called them out. Bitches. I don't think our top 5 has changed. It's Washington, Ohio, Maryland, Texas, and California. So thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Our Twitter handle is at Roses in Thorns Pod. That is the word roses, the letter N, the word's thorn, and the abbreviation pod. We will be checking it now. Too. I know you said that, but I'm using it as abbreviation. I don't mean it as like a pod. You know what I'm saying? It's like a pod, not a bean pod.
Pea pod?
Pea pod.
Bean pod? Beans come in pods too?
You come in a pod. Shut up.
I don't know.
Now that we're caught up on The Bachelor, we will be checking Twitter again.
We'll see if anyone has messaged us.
I don't even know. Do we check it right now?
Sure.
The answer is no. I'm positive of it.
Sure, we have a bunch of fucking alerts though.
If there are any updates before the new season of The Bachelor starts, then we'll try to fill you in with a little quick episode.
Yeah, who's broken up? Who's still together? Who's married? Who's engaged? Who's the Bachelorette?
I don't think I went to The Bachelorette for a while.
Yeah, we'll see.
There are no updates. Nothing has happened. We don't have any notifications or any messages. Did you check it?
No.
Okay. Nothing happened on Twitter in the past 3 weeks.
Okay. Nice. Thank you for putting the world on hold.
We really appreciate that.
Thanks, y'all.
Our map is really expanding though, but we really need those center of the country states to start tuning in.
We have so many that are just 1.
Thanks for downloading one episode, but if you could download more, we'd really appreciate that.
Jeez. Come on.
It kind of hurts our self-esteem a little bit. But no, I think that's it for us for this season.
Yeah, that's it. Woo.
Finally done.
We're done. Oh gosh. Thank you for sticking with it.
Yeah, thanks to those of you who didn't quit listening after we stopped updating.
After we stopped making
timely episodes.
Yeah.
And I understand it if you quit listening, but that means you're not listening right now. But thank you if you did continue to listen. We really appreciate that. I am going to guess that Colton season won't air until January.
Yeah. January 1st, I think, was Ari's first episode.
Yeah. So it was. Also, congratulations to the Browns on winning your first game.
Hey.
Basically ever, but not quite ever. In a very long
600 something days.
In 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's a long time without a win.
If you're a Browns fan, which we got some Ohio listeners here, so if you're a Browns fan,
I'm sure.
Congrats.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right.
Was that it?
Well, peace out, Home Scouts. Is that a phrase?
Alligators. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.